The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Hi there. Happy Thursday. It is July the 22nd, 2021. I'm Eric talking at you from the front seat of a Honda Accord in very hot and sunny, beautiful downtown Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where last night I watched 50 Shades of Grey, and I want my money back because I only counted about 9.
So, no charge. I'll be giving them back
to
you.
You're a little late on that joke.
But yeah, the edges are still the exact same, but the one
more than that there may be 11. How's it going, Gordon?
I'm doing okay. How you doing, buddy?
It's a mess right
now. I'm all right. I'm sweating my sack off in the front of my brand new to me Honda Accord because my Chrysler Concorde just died, and I only drive cars that end with cord. Apparently. Ford Taurus Accord. I don't know. I was driving home last night from the insurance place because I actually insured this one. And I couldn't figure out why everyone was driving so slowly. Like, what the fuck is everyone doing? They're all doing like 20. It turns out my speedometer is American. It's in miles. I was in miles. Past everybody going, why is everyone going so slow? Why is everyone doing 30? No, I was doing 60. But
that's going to be interesting. But for the record, though, somebody I knew had that where they got a car from the States and they brought it up and they got busted for speeding. And they said, "Oh, like look, the speedometer only shows it miles per hour." I just totally forgot. I wasn't thinking. And the cop just was like, "Yeah, no problem, man. That happens."
Yeah, I doubt they're going to do that for me because it's on my insurance and I don't have a license. So
yeah,
probably not going to get that kind of leeway, but yeah. We'll see.
Or they might just say, well, that's okay, but you're fucked for not having the license.
Yeah, well, the cop who took the Concorde, God bless the Kelowna RCMP, I handed him my BCID and he didn't notice it wasn't a license. So he ran it and it was clean and he gave it back.
That's genius.
I legitimately tried to insure my car last night, but I have a SkyTrain fine from 2015. So they can't, it's a $500 and some now. And I have to pay that before I can get insurance. So that's not happening, ICBC. I hope you're not listening.
I have to ask, what was the fine for?
For riding the SkyTrain without paying.
Oh, shit. And interest is taking it up that high?
Yeah, it was it was 7 years ago.
Wow.
Anyone who is listening, I want to say hi to my good friend Horace at Princess Auto, where I probably don't work anymore. But Horace, thanks for listening, buddy. I just wanted to say your name because it's very cool that you are a fan of the show. Yeah, stay tuned while I flag your company pretty soon.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for listening, I guess. Sure.
It was very neat. I was talking about my podcast. He said, "Oh, you have a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, Eric and Gord, what if we're right?" He's like, "Oh shit, I listen to you all the time." And then he started telling me about episodes, and because I quizzed him mercilessly. Tell me, which ones do you know?
So he knows more than I do.
Yeah, I think he does. He's definitely heard more than you. And he is an expert on foreign cars. He spends a great deal of time in Japan working on cars. And I thought that would be very interesting. So I've invited him to be a guest. And he would like to do so. So one of these days, we'll talk to Horace.
Yeah.
I got
yes
formally reprimanded for calling him hooker butt for the last week. My boss didn't like that. But hooker butt, whoreass, they're the same thing.
I don't see the difference.
Not so much. That's about it for my life. How's your life, Gord?
Hectically busy and never enough hours in the day.
I hear you, man. Hey, I worked 20 of them. So
today at work, I actually had the hardest physical part of my 3 months at this job.
Was it trying to pass all that Taco Bell?
Oh no, that always just slides out nice and easy. Okay. But no, it was just I just had this it was about an hour straight of like what I'm doing is I'm working this thing where it's called the rotating table. So it's literally just a round table that rotates and all this wood drops out and I got to organize which bin the wood goes into. And usually I'll fill like one bin, like maybe a bin and a half in like an 8-hour shift, like of each sort of color because they're all color coded.
Sure.
I filled 3 bins and was working on my 4th in less than an hour of one color alone.
A lot of
and it was, oh my God, it was fucking nuts. It was panicking, and I was like just moving nonstop, and I was really wanted to take a drink, but there was just no fucking time. So it was crazy. And I finished, my hands and arms were shaking, and I was like, everything's sore as shit. And, but I had one of the guys came up to me afterwards, and he said, look, I just want to let you know that, you are legit. You are the best person that's ever been on this table. Like, nobody is able to do what you just did today. He goes, we did that specifically just to see how much you could handle. He goes, and we'll see how many times the line goes down. He goes, the line didn't go down once. And I'm like, holy shit, thanks for the test.
When you go, in your face, fucker, do it again, and I'll shank you.
Oh, that's pretty much exactly what it is. And you know I carry a knife with me, right? Yeah, don't fucking do that again.
Yeah, see, I tried to make those kind of jokes at my other job, and no bueno.
No, they don't. No. Most places don't like those.
I told them in my interview, I said, look, 8% of what I say is serious. All the other rest of the time, I'm kidding. It didn't matter. They don't get it. And that's where I wanted to bring up today is my topic for the day, but we could go whatever you have. And I don't have much news to talk about because the world's boring as shit right now. But I think we've gone, and it's not a millennial thing, it's a people thing. We've become so pussified, you can't say anything to anyone without offending somebody.
That's right.
It's gone so far, like your titles, the things you refer to, like items in stores, you can't call them what we used to. Like, this is so much you cannot say. It's impossible to maneuver anymore.
It's ridiculous, but I have come to a conclusion about this. There's that saying, I'm pretty sure it's in the Bible, but they always said, the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah.
I don't think we quite, because I think at the time they're kind of thinking because like there's a stretch where people, they can see, well, they meant like nerds because back in the 60s, 70s and 80s, and even one of the 90s, there was the nerds at school, and you always picked on them, and everybody beat them up and all that other shit. And well, they're the ones that started like the Microsofts and shit like that, and became super, super rich or CEOs of companies. So people thought it was them. I think they meant now where it's those weak-minded fucks that just go out of the way to ruin everybody else's life because they hate their own so much. But that's the meek people.
To me, it's not weak-minded because they put a lot of thought into how to ruin things for everyone. They're clearly intelligent people. They just think stupid shit.
See, I don't think they are intelligent. I think they are just whining, but there's enough of them, and I think that's the difference. I
can't even say, I can't suggest to someone, hey, you're not doing that correctly. Maybe I can show you better. I've got more experience in warehousing than most of these people have years of life.
Yep.
But it's offensive when I try to show them something. That's overstepping my bounds. What the fuck is going on? When I was a kid, every parent on the street was your parent, and everyone could hate you, and you just went home, and then your parents hate you for being bad at their house.
Yeah.
And now, could you imagine now even talking to someone else's kid? You'd go to jail.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's just ridiculous.
And I knew I was going to end up in a world, because I enjoy retail. I like dealing with the public. The customers all love me, but that doesn't matter because the staff hates me, mostly because the customers like me more than them. And I can't say anything. And these little pukes they're kids, they're children. Some of them are as young as 14, had to get permission from their parents to work there. And I joke that I'm the old guy. I knew I was going to be the old guy, but I didn't realize that the world had gotten to the point. I've been out of retail for a little while now.
Yeah.
And you can't say anything to anyone without pissing somebody off.
Yeah. And for me, it's the one thing that I kind of like about warehouses is that you have for the most part, when you're doing straight up labor shit, usually you get a little more free form with how you can speak and talk to people.
Yes, the one I just left for this job because I thought it was better. I won't say who it was for, but it's a winery here in town, and it's on a hill in the Mission.
I wonder which one it is.
You guys can piece that little riddle together yourselves and send in your answers. I'll send you a postcard. But they were very old school. It was all old dudes. It's like a family-run warehouse.
Nice.
And they these are like the guys that ride on the forks and fucking climb the pallets and just talk shit. They say whatever's on their mind. And if you do something wrong, they laugh at you and throw things at you and swear at you. It was heaven. It was great. It was like a time warp, and I loved it.
Yeah. that's where I am right now.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and I agree. I fully believe that. I've never understood the whole I don't know, no, I'm busting my ass physically for you, and you're not paying me for what I do. No. So I will fucking speak out whatever the fuck I want. You got no fuck you.
I get not swearing. I'm good with that. I get not no sexual references. I'm fine with that. I don't like them either. Don't be a sexist. Don't be a homophobe. I get all that stuff.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But if I can't tell you, hey, your shelves are disorganized, fix them. It's actually the term I used was this warehouse is being grossly mismanaged. And I almost got fired for it.
Even though it's a blatant truth.
Well, our system works for us. Well, clearly it doesn't, because you get 2 trucks a week and the place is a disaster. Well, we used to get 4 trucks a week. Well, the place I just worked at got 66. So suck it up, losers.
Right.
I'm not allowed to say that.
No.
But I didn't even come close to saying. My question to the public, and please write to Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com. And if that email offends you, if you're not Gwyneth Paltrow, shut up.
I don't hear her vagina complaining.
If you are Gwyneth Paltrow, thank you for listening. I liked you in 7. Have we gone too far? Please write into me or Gord or both and tell us, is this gone too far? Are you happy with the world, or do you think it's stupid? And should we back off a little bit? Can we have managers and employees again? Not team members. We're all on a team. We're not a team. We need leaders and followers.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I remember when I worked at well, it doesn't matter now. I worked at Johnson Controls. We built seats for the Ford F-150 pickup. I mean, that was 20 fucking years ago, and they didn't believe in using the term of management. Everything was, well, this is your team and this is your team leader.
Yeah, there's an actual legal liability attached to the word manager. That's why.
Yeah,
they have to pay them a certain amount and give them certain things that they don't have to give to team leaders. I just figured that out. So
yeah, no, that is bang on fucking true. But I got into a fucking argument with them about it, because that's one thing I did a lot of in that company, was argue them about all their stupid policies. And I was great at it too. But it's one of the things I said myself, because I'd say to my quote team leader, I'm like, hey Scott, let me ask you a question. How does it make you feel knowing that you're doing a manager's job, but they're not giving you manager's pay or statement or anything like that, and you can't even put on your resume that you're a manager? You can only say you're a team leader. Which is basically like the equivalent of a children's camp counselor. How does that make you feel? He's like, well, when you put it that way, it makes it sound real shitty. Yeah, just thought I'd put the, fuck your day up there. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm in another position at my second job where that's happening, but they're very clear about it. They're just taking advantage of me, and I get it, and I can come or go as I please. It's up to me. I can quit or deal with it.
But the difference is that at least they're honest about it. Most companies aren't even honest about it. They'll bullshit their way around why they do it.
There's no disrespect there, in my opinion. They're flat out. We're shitty employers. I'm good. I'll be a shit employee. We'll all have fun together.
See you in the hospital.
I also did make it very clear that I no longer subscribe to performance-based raises. I now give you compensation-based performance. I'm a fucking ninja. You got to pay for ninja, though. If you pay for jackass, that's what you're getting.
So what would be like? What's your like? What would you, instead of giving them a raise, what would you give them?
Oh, I give them $16 an hour worth of work. If they want more, they can pay more. If they pay more, they get more. That's how it goes. You want Ninja? Ninja's $36,000 a year. You're gonna pay me 30, you get Jackass. Sorry. That's how it goes. You know, like me, I just bought a $900 car. I don't expect it to be a Ferrari.
And you're not going to complain to somebody about the fact that it's not a Ferrari?
I will not.
That's so weird.
I'm very well aware of what I bought. It's weird in Japanese. It's very different from the Concorde. But I'm just saying, if you want good, if you pay for quality, that's true. Far more true than the customer is always right.
Yeah,
And
that was. Do you remember where that came from? That was a slogan for a company, wasn't it?
We did almost a whole episode on it.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, you guys can go back and listen to that. It's called something stupid. It's a long title. They all are. Listen to them all. You'll find it. Yes, we did, and that's a stupid lie. But I think the you pay for quality. It applies to guitars. It applies to prostitutes. It should apply to people.
Prostitutes. You're not wrong.
So people write in. Let me know. Have we gone too far with this PC crap, or do you want to go back to? I'm not saying the Wild West. I'm just saying like we should be able to speak freely as adults. Don't swear in front of kids. Don't be a jackass. And I understand there's people that don't understand the limits, but if you like, be a man or a woman. Be an adult about it. Like, you're not actually. I don't think any of this actually offends anyone. They're just in this weird new world where we have to pretend that we're offended by everything.
Well, I mean, that's one thing you hear a lot. You don't necessarily hear as much as that offends me as much as it's that could be offensive to somebody else.
Exactly.
And my question is then let them fucking speak up. And if they don't, then it's clearly not that big of a deal. Move on.
I'm getting sick of people saying, you can't do that. No, clearly I can. I just did. Should I? Maybe not.
It's a big difference, though.
Stop mistaking can't with shouldn't. Totally different. You can't say that. Yes, I can. I'll say it again. Watch me.
Watch this. I'll say it slower.
Now you're insulting my abilities, and that offends me.
How does that feel?
You can't do that. Well, I'm not allowed to say that to fat kids. You're not allowed to say that to me.
It's so fun. Considering where we are in life and how fucking retarded it's gotten, what I would like to think will happen is it's going to kind of go into like a level playing field where, like, right now it's like everything, it's like that super hypersensitivity, and eventually the hypersensitivity will drop down to just a more manageable level where it's not like you don't just walk up, hey guys, how's it going? You can't say guys, that's offensive to somebody out in Paraguay. I don't fucking care. Yeah. It'll get to the point where that doesn't get uttered.
Sure. I hope
that's my hope. That's my hope.
I hope I could say guys, and you're intelligent enough to know that that's a blanket term for other humans. Yeah. Why can't we just admit that we know that and we're not all butthurt by saying it?
I say that all the time when I'm talking to women. Doesn't matter. I always say, hey guys, what's up? It's just the way I always have speak, and not one person has yet ever said anything to me about that yet.
No, I tend to get away with it, but in a corporate retail situation, I can't. We have an electrical department. In our electrical department, we have these things called butt plugs. You can't expect me to not laugh at that.
Right.
But I'm not offending. It's written on the fucking package. I'm just pointing out that it's funny.
It's called a butt plug, and that shit's funny.
A butt plug. It says so on the box. I'm not making that up. It's not a slip of the tongue. It's not an insinuation. The fucking package says butt plug. It's funny when someone wants to buy a butt plug. I can't help that. I didn't make that. I'm not making any weird reference. I'm not drawing a weird line there that says on the package, BUTT plug.
Boot plug. Butte plug.
Yeah, that's where we get to now, where I start like Niger.
Yeah. So not touching that one.
With your Butte plug.
That's just fucking funny.
You're all plug. Anyway, the world makes me very angry right now, and that's why I strayed away from the news. I can't watch. I was so out of touch right now. I don't know what's going on. I know Putin's just Putin it up.
I didn't even know he was even in the news.
Oh yeah, they got a new airplane, some super high tech, awesome plane, and now he's pounding in his chest talking about the Russian Air Force and how they'll take over the world. He's really Putin on a show for everybody.
Yeah, he's good at that.
That's all I know that's going on. I know nothing else, and I don't care to. I don't think right now. The world is just annoying.
There is one thing I wanted to bring up that was in the news that it just blows my mind that this is something that's fucking still going on. Remember when Trump got into fucking power? One of the things he did was he basically lifted all the sanctions against Cuba.
He did, yes. Well, that was Obama kind of got the ball rolling on that, but
that's right, yeah. But Trump finalized and got it through. Which I mean is a great thing. It was an outdated fucking policy. Nobody gives a shit anymore. Fucking let them go. Like let Americans go there and let them.
It really didn't make sense when it was still in date. Like,
yeah.
Fuck was Cuba gonna? The thing was, we thought Russia was gonna, because it was Russian-owned territory. We thought they would have missiles there, and they did. And then Kennedy got rid of them, and then there was no reason to punish this little country. It was just a stupid thing.
Yeah. Well, fucking Biden has imposed new sanctions on Cuba, and this is just the beginning.
That's probably because he hates Trudeau. I don't know why that doesn't. I don't know how that's a link. I just
because we all know Castro fucking yeah.
Biden he's become interesting. I'm surprised he's not dead. I missed the mark on that one by a little bit. I think he's still on the way, but I said by Valentine's Day, and then I said by Christmas, and now I said Valentine's Day, and then I said June. June was my next prediction. Canada Day, I think I said. So I don't know.
I find it weird that I haven't heard a fucking word about Kamala Harris doing anything.
No, well, you won't. She's a woman, and nobody cares about the vice president at the best of times. But a female vice president, they're not talking about her in America. That's just Americans. Biden, I think the problem Cuba has is that Biden believes it's still 1964.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
He has no idea that the Cold War is over, and he's just gonna keep fighting the good fight.
And the next thing you know, his next speech will be like, the goddamn Ruskies.
Oh yeah, it's coming. I guarantee it. Better dead than red.
Right. Who is why I just can't wait for him to say, look, when the leader of Russia, Mikhail Gorbachev, fucking says something. Oh, yeah. It's the guy with the big ink splag on his fucking forehead. Oh yeah.
Barbecue sauce on his head. No, that's not what that is.
Oh man.
Get canceled for saying that. Fuck you and your kid.
Right. Speaking of cancel, by the way, so the Olympics, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics ceremony director, his name is Hiroshi Sakai. Is his name?
They're all called.
I'm not touching that one. He just got fired from his position because of a comment that he made in the late 1990s.
Jesus Christ.
What it was it was a video clip from 1998, and it was a stand-up. He was doing part of a comedy act. And what it did was he was seen joking about a game that he called, quote, "Let's Play Massacre the Jews."
Not a fun sounding game, but sure.
Yeah, again, taken completely out of context. We have no idea what was said before that and what the setup was for said joke, because the audience laughed their asses off when he said it. So, but yeah, now somebody has just said, nope, that's it. Because of this one line that he said in 1998. That's it. He's out. He's fired.
We can find one line that everybody said in their life like that.
Yeah, at least.
Fuck out of them. For me, I got an encyclopedia of them. Just listen to Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
I mean, it's all there.
4 seconds into every episode, I say something that could get me fired, killed, canceled, whatever.
Those first 2 seasons are riddled with it.
Oh, my good Lord. I said something at work yesterday that I almost blushed. I don't even remember what I said now. But I felt I was like a little mad at me. It was offensive. I'll think about it. See, this is where that's the problem. That's the result of where we're going.
Yeah, and the shit I do not agree with at all.
We could get rid of everybody, cancel everything. Everyone said something. Mr. fucking dress up. He's got something in his closet that he said.
Yep.
Everybody, the Pope, I'm sure. Oh, especially the Pope.
Did you know that Mr. Dress Up was from my hometown of Milton?
You know what, sir? I had no fucking idea. I didn't even know he was Canadian until very recently.
Same here. I found out that he was A, Canadian, B, from fucking Milton on the same day.
That's a lot to take in.
I was stunned. I was in Milton going to one of my regular restaurants, Louis Diner. Shout out to Louis. They're fucking phenomenal. Their Greek food is fucking sick, and their breakfast is awesome. So shout out to Louis. I went in there, and they have this awesome timeline they have on their entire one wall, and it's the whole history and done in timeline of Milton. And it's just fascinating talking about the very first family that settled down by the 60 Mile Creek, and how X many years later they had their first whatever the fuck it was, and the first church came up, and then this and all this sort of stuff, and the whole timeline. And one of the things that comes up, it says fucking Ernie, what the fuck's his last name? Can't think of it. Mr. Dress Up.
Ernie, yeah, I don't remember.
I was gonna say Ernie Ball, but that's a guitar string. So
anyway, yeah, Ernie Ball. No, different.
different.
Super slinky.
Right. Well, yeah, it made reference to him saying that Miltonian, whatever his name is, fucking starts his first role as Mr. Dress Up. I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea it's from Milton. That's fucking crazy.
Now, could you imagine telling someone with a straight face in the 21st century to reach into your tickle trunk? Done. Canceled.
Instantaneous. You won't even hear that line in porn.
It's a big red trunk. I call it my tickle. You shut your mouth.
You dirty bastard. Oh my god, that's so good. I found out something today. I won't mention names specifically, but was talking with a bunch of the guys today at work, and they're discussing heart attacks, saying that one of the guys that works there has had 3 heart attacks as it stands.
That's probably offensive to someone.
Probably
coronary incidents or something.
Well, here's the crazy
coronary
thing.
Break.
One of the guys was telling me about his father. He goes, I'm dead serious on this one. He had 11 heart attacks.
Jesus.
11. And the fucked up thing is, that ain't what killed him.
No.
It was Alzheimer's.
Oh, there you go. Alzheimer's brought on by heart attacks, apparently. Hey, my mother had 3 heart attacks and didn't notice.
Oh, really?
She complained about chest pains for about a month. And a heart attack will scar your heart.
Yes, that's right.
Scar tissue forms. So my mom's walking around complaining, my chest hurts. Go to a hospital. No. She's having a heart attack 3 times. My chest hurts. I'm going to go lift up cars or whatever she does when I'm not looking. Yeah. So that's 11. That's impressive.
Yeah. I'm like, that's got to be a record of some sort. Like, I mean, holy shit.
And then to die of Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Like, how fucked is that?
I'm impressed every day that I have yet to have one. I'm at the age I have a friend who dropped. We were playing ball hockey, and he dropped. He was our goalie, and then he was just laying on his back, and we were like, "Get up, stop the ball!" And he had a heart attack. He was 38 years old. So I've been terrified for the last 5 years because 38. Now that's the age in my mind, 38, and I'm older than that, and I'm. It should be happening. Like it's medically impossible that it's not. I don't know what it is that's protecting me, but I think it's bad jokes.
It's just poor taste. That's what it is.
Poor taste is keeping me alive. So take that. Cancel that, bitches.
That's so good. Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy who's severely overweight, fucking smokes, drinks, like, and yet her ticker is fucking great and strong.
I don't think they have a clue. I've bitched about doctors quite often on the show. I don't think they know. I think we're focused too much on, fat can kill you. No, fix my knees. Don't worry about fat can kill you. Look how many fat people are happy. Look at America. Everybody's fat. Everybody morbidly obese. That shouldn't be a thing. And if it is, it shouldn't be. That should be not politically correct. Hey, you're morbidly obese. You're so obese. It's morbid.
And the funny thing is I think morbidly obese basically is like if you're like 40 pounds overweight.
Yeah, you're right. It's disgusting.
It is horrible.
But I don't think that's killing people. I honestly, I think they're wrong. They don't know.
No, they can't.
Maybe it's just keeping all those bad jokes inside that killed you.
It's like if you hold in your pee for too long. It's the same basic thing.
Exactly.
You're just killing yourself.
Too long could kill you, and so could being a fag. I mean, not that kind of thing.
Not that one. The funny one.
Did I cross a line? Someone in India, let me know.
We know you're listening.
We do. And never mind. I was going to try to plug the other show that I'm supposed to plug, but I'll insert the commercial and we're good. Yeah. He runs commercials for us, and it's a good opportunity we got going on. We're trying to support the podcast community, kids, because it's getting weird now. It's people are investing and there's opportunities. So Gordon and I are getting super professional now. Sure. Start putting out the herd, and I don't know if you guys heard, but me and Gord are in the top 10% in the world, according to one website. So that's cool. That's awesome. I don't care. I think they're the most credible website on the internet right now.
Oh, absolutely. They're the only one that's correct.
We're very, very popular amongst our listeners. And thank you guys. That's super cool to hear that. Like,
yeah,
there's the loyalty to our show that I appreciate, and I don't care if our audience grows, if just the core people keep following us. Which brings me to my next question. I tried to get a guest on to answer this question for me, but he's a hard no. So I'll try to next week, try to find some people. Do you listeners, kind listeners, friendly, wonderful listeners, you can text me, email me, whatever you want, one line, Twitter, Facebook. Just let me know. Have you ever done anything that Gordon and I have suggested? It's great that you listen, but do you listen and laugh, or do you listen and go, yeah, I'm going to try that? I'm just curious. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to know, have you stopped lying, or have you solved a problem, or have you eaten a bullet? Whatever it could be.
If you call in saying that you've eaten a bullet, you did it wrong. Just saying.
Wait, no, please call in if you did, because it would probably sound funny. But no, I just want to know if you did, and there's no right or wrong answer. I don't I hope you do, but I don't expect anything. I just want to know, have you tried it? How did it work? Maybe it horrifically backfired? Yeah, I tried to stop lying, and my marriage broke down, and I got fired. You should have kept lying then.
You should have kept lying, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, folks. If it's been working for you,
whatever works. I can only make the world better if it's kind of an all or nothing thing, right? If it's just a handful of us being like me, then we're all just gonna be like me and 43-year-old fucking retail workers for the rest of our lives. But if everyone does it, then it works real good.
Yes, right. That is
And,
right.
like just like Gord's plan. If Gord's plan of a meteor wiping out a third of the population or 2/3 of the population, that works, but that's an arbitrary number. Like if it only wipes out 12 dudes, it's not helping at all.
No, I mean, mind you, I would still be kind of happy if if you hit the double digits at least.
No, that's good. That's fair.
You know, it's it would be something.
Yeah. Well,
it's a small start, but hey, just like they said on the moon, one small step.
Yes, they did. I think we got to lay off the space crap too. At least the stupid crap. I don't care how many remote control cars need to go to Mars to tell us it's dirt.
23.
There's dirt everywhere. Yeah, I know there's dirt on Mars. I could have guessed that without you spending billions of dollars on a remote control car.
So we could drive around in a place that looks just like Arizona.
Right? Fix my knees. Invent something that makes my knee not hurt when I walk up 3 stairs. I would appreciate that more than more pictures of dirt on Mars. Oh, look. And it's always prefaced with, oh, we think we found water. News at 11. It's never water. Oh, we thought it was water. It was just dirt swirled in a different way in this picture.
Yeah. And that's pretty, yeah, you nailed that. Yeah.
And the other one is, oh, the Mars rover still not moving. News at 11. Oh, good.
We think there's water and we think he's stuck in it.
Yeah. The same things go, kids. I know the format's changed a little bit. You got to listen to me babble on for 40 minutes before you get Gord's perspective on all that crap I've been babbling on, but you still get a pen and a postcard if you write in.
And that's just exciting.
New pens are a coming. There's some new T-shirts a coming. I have the Jesus in the Hawaiian T-shirt on the cross. This is Casual Friday. With Eric and Gord on the back.
I don't think there's a place that would allow you to wear that on Casual Friday.
Well, the one that I wore that said guys who wear sandals get what they deserve was not a big hit at work.
I so agree with you on that.
And I think I sent you the picture of the one that just says, nailed it.
Yeah.
I thought you'd appreciate that because that's kind of hand in hand with your cab driver joke. So
yeah, which I still love. That is such a great day.
Speaking of cab drivers, real quick, Kelowna cabs, fuck you. So I don't know about there, but here they have an app. You pre-book your cab.
Yeah.
And then it shows up when you're ready. Never, not once, does it? Not ever. They don't convey this to the drivers, and the drivers don't pay attention to it, and they don't give a shit. They don't have an app.
That's just lovely. Hey, drivers, just so you know, we're doing this thing. Yeah, I don't use my phone when I'm at work.
So I get the cab. He shows up. I'm like, he's 20 minutes late. I'm like, you guys never show up. He's, oh yeah, we don't do that. Okay, good. So he turns. Where do I go? Turn left. He turns right. Buddy, you're going the wrong way, and I have like $28 on me. So you're gonna want to go the right way. He fucking pulls over. He kicks me out. He goes, we stop here. What the fuck are you talking about? We stop here. Well, you said you don't have enough money. No, I didn't. I was just trying to inspire you to go the right direction. No, you have to go. And I showed him the money. Look, I have the money. I was exaggerating. I have the money. Please drive me home. No, it's 2:15 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And I can't say anything because I'll offend somebody.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants, no repercussions, but God forbid you react to it.
We're in a town the size of Milton. We got like 6 cabs operating right now. Because they're all on CERB. They're all on CERB. Everyone's on CERB right now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work. Everyone's begging for employees. Why would you when you could get $2,000 a month from Justin Trudeau? And hey, call centers, every government call center, every call center in the world, every phone number you dial, you can't keep using that as your excuse. Oh, during these difficult times, we're short-staffed. Fuck you, it's over. Answer your phone.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mention that because apparently in the U.S. jobless claims have unexpectedly risen to 419,000, which is the most since March.
If that was unexpected, you all need to be fired.
Right? Like, and this goes hand in hand. If you like that one, Eric, you're going to love this one. The COVID-19 crisis has weakened prosperity in the United States. But even before the pandemic, mass shootings, elevated obesity levels, and mental health issues had taken their toll on American quality of life. No.
Yes. Since fucking 1856. What are you talking about?
You guys got your very first school, and the second week into it, you had your first mass shooting. Get the fuck out
It was
of here.
one room. It had 4 students, all in different grades.
And one of them shot it up with a musket.
The youngest one. The middle one, probably.
The middle one. The middle child.
I'm confused. Fuck you. Obesity. Yeah, of course. You've all been fat since TV came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Before that, you're all skinny.
It's the American way. Oh, we've invented this thing. Let's invent the TV dinner and the TV tray and make it so we can be planted on our fat asses in front of this thing for as long as humanly possible.
Yep.
And oh, wait a minute. Why is Junior 300 pounds when he's 8?
I don't get it. I have a deep fryer. Like, what's the big deal? It's basically steaming your food. What the hell?
It is not McDonald's fault that you're fat. Sorry, Morgan Spurlock. It's not McDonald's. It's your fucking TV.
Yep.
Shut it off. Go for a walk.
Speaking of McDonald's, by the way, did you hear they've come out with a new, bigger Big Mac?
You know what you can do when you're going for that walk?
What's that?
Eric Ford would have put right on your Walkman.
Well done.
Yeah, new bigger Big Mac. The Big Mac's been shrinking for 20 years. It used to be the size of a Whopper, and then they thought we wouldn't notice that.
Yeah.
Nope. It's smaller, so they're making a new bigger good. So it's not a bigger Big Mac. It's a regular size, the Big Mac.
I think what it is, looking at the billboard, it looks like what they've done, that they've just stuck, instead of it being the 4 wafer thin patties, it's 2 of the quarter pounder patties.
That's just, they're reducing the different types of patties they have to make. That's not like doing us any favors.
No,
we could make these 4 patties into 2, and that saves. We don't have to pay the Honduran sweatshop 14 cents. We can pay them 7 cents instead.
Yeah.
Good on you, McDonald's.
Way to go, McDonald's.
It can't even be called a Big Mac anymore. It used to be the size of a Whopper. Now it's just a Mac.
Yeah. That's a bang on fucking truth.
What a
I was actually talking with somebody a couple weeks ago about this and thinking, fuck, do you remember, what was it called? Was it the Big Extra where they had like the hot side and the cold side?
There was the Big Extra, yes, indeed.
Was that the one
though? Neither big nor extra. It was just back to regular size.
Yes.
And I believe in that, that was the one. Yeah, it came separate in the box, and you could put it together or not.
Yeah, you could just eat.
Which that's just another way of downloading the work onto me. Fuck you. I'm coming for fast food. I don't want to make my own sandwich. I can do that shit at home.
I think McDonald's is the reason why self-checkout became something, because I think one day a CEO looked over and said, hey, wait a minute, hold. McDonald's is selling a burger that the person has to put together themselves? Yeah. Well, fuck, why don't we make people check out their own fucking groceries?
It's not, you know what? McDonald's has 4 unmanned stores in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
Where there's no employees.
So even the food is all just automated?
Yeah, everything's automated. No one works there. So I don't know what that's like. I'd like to try it. I guess it's probably no different. It's not like that.
It's probably just more efficient.
Not going to fuck up your order.
Yeah, that's going to say. It's probably just more efficient.
Like, I don't speak binary. I don't speak Filipino. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter what language you don't understand me in when I come in and order. That's probably the worst thing I'm going to say this week.
Maybe.
If you're not Filipino and you're offended by that, I don't care. If you are, write me a letter. I'll probably apologize. It was pretty bad.
I would have to assume, yeah.
We're almost there, buddy. That's like 58 minutes.
Yeah. We've done very well.
That goes very quickly. When we put a cap on it like that,
just all of a sudden we just realize how quick the time goes by when we shoot the shit.
Hours used to take, like we used to say it was an hour show and then go for 3, and it felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And now this hour, it's like just gone. We're done. That's it. That's all you get, kid.
That's it.
If you listen more and we make more money, Gord could probably free up more time.
Yeah. That would be the fact, Jack.
So that would be a thing. Go to a Patreon and start paying for this shit. And we'll give you more.
Yeah, because Gord just lost a job that was supposed to pay him twice as much money an hour. So,
and we won't make it any smaller. It'll be the regular sized Eric and Gord the whole time.
Yeah, we don't do that to our supporters.
But money would help. Money would help Gord. He just lost a job. I'm about to.
Again?
Well, it was pretty much a line in the sand drawn today, and I don't like that. I don't know if I want to play that game.
I personally do, because I just like to take a shit all over that line and just giggle my nuts off all day long.
Yeah, I can do that, but I'll get fired. And I'm not sure that I'm particularly upset by that idea. So I may just crap all over it. And I don't think it's bad that I've been in town for 14 months and I've had 13 jobs. I think that's fine.
You are just testing out the waters so everybody can be informed when they go to get a job somewhere.
You know what? I'm going to apply the same strategy. Before we go, I'm going to do it to apartments too. You want to check my references? Well, guess what, landlord? I want to check yours. So I want to make sure I'm not moving into a shitty house with a dude with bad credit who's a bad landlord. You can give me 3 references credit check. And I will take the last month's rent in advance so that I don't have to fight with you for the damage deposit when I move out. And I'm doing that with employers too. You're not interviewing me. I'm interviewing you.
Yep.
Maybe you get all this or maybe you don't.
All depends on how you answer these next series of questions.
I'm worth it.
I actually did that when I got the job at Johnson Controls. Actually, it was a 7 interview process. I always remember that 7 fucking separate interview things I had to do.
What are they gonna? What do they not know in the first 6 interviews?
It basically, like, the very first one was talking to like some entry level person, and then the second one was the HR director. The third one was like a manager, like a manager or 2.
By that point, you skipped to 7. I'm not talking to 4 other dudes.
Oh, it gets better.
Figure it out.
The next 3, or the next 2, I should say, were hearing, site tests, and something else. Yeah. And then the final one is when you sit down with the hiring manager and 3 other managers. Now, here's the best thing. Yeah, when I went into that part of it, I'm sitting down, and the girl that comes in, I actually fucking knew her. Her name was Vanessa. Even if you listen, I doubt you are, but if you are, hey, good tell you the story. Hi, you're gonna be embarrassed. So she comes in, and she doesn't really look at me at first. She just sort of sits down. She's going through her paperwork, and all of a sudden I see her like look down at the resume, and then she pauses and she looks up. She's like, "Gord." I'm like, "Hey, Vanessa." She's like, "Oh my God, how you doing?" I'm like, and I leaned forward and said, "So I'm getting this job, right?" She's like, "Well, no, it's on all depends. I can't guarantee anything. You can't play favorites." I'm like, "Well, hang on. You understand? I know what you did at my house party, right? You know that incident in the bathroom?" And she just paused. She's like, "You wouldn't. I brought it up in the interview. I will absolutely tell everybody in this fucking company about that." Just said, "So you're going to hire me?" She's like, "Yeah."
How do you know? I already didn't.
Right?
No, if I'm talking to 7 different interviews, by the 3rd one, it's got to be Grimace. And then the 4th one better be Cindy Crawford. The 5th one's got to be a guy juggling chainsaws while he talks to me. You got to make it like, I'm not just talking to 7 stiffs.
No, make it a show. What the fuck? Give me something. Why am I here?
Entertain me.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
I'm going to start walking toward my employer now because I'm officially an hour and a half late for work, and I'm planning on taking a long lunch. So
there you go. Well, you deserve it.
I've worked very hard so far.
Yes, exactly.
in the parking lot.
And they're probably sitting there watching you on camera the whole time.
Well, I'm security now. I'm doing reconnaissance. Parking lot's fine. Boys, go back to work. I'm a bad employee. That's why I get fired a lot. In case you guys are curious, there's very rarely wrongful dismissal in my case.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever come up.
Yeah, generally very appropriate. And I'm good with that. Sorry for the shitty sound, kids. We're Skyping it up like the good old days because we wanted to do a vintage Eric and Gord for you.
That's right.
I
just didn't have to scramble to find an outlet.
No, but I am dangerously close to dying. I was trying to buy a new phone before this, but I couldn't be later for work than I was going to be because I knew I was spending an hour sitting in the parking lot doing nothing.
Yes.
But it's a casino. Nobody cares.
No.
They just gamble.
All they care about is getting their drinks and gambling. That's it.
Pretty much. And they order drinks from me that they don't get because I'm a janitor. I can't do that.
Can I get a Ryan Coke? Sure.
Absolutely. Give me one while you're at
it. I'm not allowed to order one because I'm working, but...
Yeah, the bartender has a clever joke where she goes, if I can't drink at work, you can't drink at work. Nah. Yeah, wow. Well, I'm about to go clean puke for half an hour. Will you stand here and get hit on? So give me a fucking shot.
We are not on an even playing field, me and you, bitch. That's just not the way it's going to work.
There. My God, I hate the world. Well, kids, I'm sorry it's short and sweet, but that's all Gord could give us. And well, tonight it's not all his fault.
Yay! I'll accept that.
Cool. Thank you very much for postponing for a night. I very much appreciate it.
No problem. Glad I was able to work out.
I do have the new setup all set up at home, and Wednesday is supposed to be my day off. So next week we're on a computer with a nice interface and doing it proper.
Ooh, means we can use video then.
Absolutely. Oh, I've got a green screen. I've got this video set up. You have no idea.
That's exciting. It
is exciting. And I paid for that video service. I intend to use it.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. So it'll be back to video next week. It'll be live streamed and recorded and all that good stuff. Very so cool. That's it, I guess.
Yep. I've got to fucking fly.
Yeah. So, kids, until next time, please write us a letter and take care of each other and swear once in a while. It's good for the heart.
If you get easily offended, eat a bullet.
Yeah. Do so.
There we go.
It's high in iron. That's supposed to be good.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's high in iron. Perfect. Perfect.
All right. I got to run, kids. This has been a blast, Gord. Thank you so much, buddy. I love it.
No problem. Happy to be back.
Next week.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
This podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.